see a ton of people get kicked off for not reading the pin post. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. The rules and all that? Yeah.
Like,
at least I think. Let me check. I might still be on them, but I really don't.
They really don't want you on there unless you're contributing.
Yeah.
Which for me is usually tagging him, Dustin, and... Hey, we're live! Hello!
Hi! I forgot to turn my Blanton's lamp on. Now we're good. Courtesy of the distillery. Hi, everyone. Welcome into this week's live stream. It's a little bit different again, but we were kind of crunched for time, so we had to take care of a couple of things, and here we are. We're doing double duty this week. So I think you guys know Curtis. I think you guys know Swan.
I'm Swan.
That's Swan. I hope everybody can hear us okay. Now you can probably hear us better than you did before. I've hit record officially on the Zoom. So I'm not going to be able to really see comments from over here, unfortunately. Swan, you're going to be keeping up with those?
I'm going to try my best. I got you guys on here.
Great. The other thing is that we are going to be recording up until the review. So, well, we're going to be live streaming up until the review, rather. So you guys are going to see pretty much the entirety of the episode up until it actually gets to where we do the review portion, because I don't want to give everything away for next week. So to see the rest of the episode, you're going to have to tune in to the podcast next week. But other than that, you're going to have a lot of fun watching us as I blind Curtis and almost said Tanner. Curtis and Swan.
Throwback.
Thanks, man.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that slipped.
He even told you. He said, I'm Swan.
I know he did, and I feel real bad about it.
It's all good. But, hey, Chris is in here.
Who is?
Chris.
Chris from Australia?
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
Cool.
Go to bed, you Aussie. You Aussie fool. Fool of an Oz. I'm trying to do fool of a toque, like from Lord of the Rings, but didn't work.
Not quite.
Didn't work so well.
Monica's in here. Brian's in here. We got a whole bunch of people in here.
Good.
It's that there's only 2 people that showed up on my phone for some reason.
Oh, I'm seeing that there are 11 in there right now.
Hey, that's great.
So, yeah.
More than 2.
I'll take it. 11 is in fact more than 2.
I'm good at math. I'm real good at math.
Glad you do taxes.
Hold on.
It's 10:30 in the morning. Better start drinking, man.
Time for bourbon. Time for bourbon. Why is this picking up? All right, hold on. Sorry, I had an issue I had to resolve there. See how much better that is?
Oh.
Did you notice the difference there?
That's way different.
That's because there was nothing going on in that channel.
Okay.
And it was turned up all the way too. I mean, I probably could have just as easily done that. But, I mean, so what you didn't get to hear is that there was a really noticeable, like, sound in the background that was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Take 2.
I feel like you just cleaned my ears out.
It's like you go to the doctor and you're like, I think I have an ear infection. And they're like, nope, you just have the biggest piece of wax that anybody's ever had in
Yeah,
their
it's
ear.
like Shrek, man. You just make a candle and get done.
Nice.
Ugh. I hate that.
Love that movie, man.
I hate that on
Great movie.
so many levels. I don't have any water. I left my water downstairs.
Oh no.
Shoot. No, I'll be alright. Figure it out. Anyway, we're going to get started. So thank you all for being here tonight. And let's get the show on the road. Welcome back, everybody, to another week of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry, and I'm very happy to have Curtis and Swan back with me this week. Hi, guys. Hello.
I never know what to say.
Neither of you do. Curtis is giving me the pregnant pause.
Immediately say hi as loud as possible.
I am here.
Yeah, happy you guys are back on. It's the Thursday after Derby Day, which which was a mess in and of itself.
Did anybody have any mint juleps?
I had a mint julep.
Hey, there you go.
I had a Booker's mint julep.
Okay.
It was
How was
very
that?
good.
Yeah.
It was very good. You can hear all about it on last week's episode at the Burley Market and Cafe. So, yeah.
It sounded good, but I did not partake in any mint juleps. I like straight bourbon too much
I agree.
to do much with it. But you know what? Somebody could probably change my mind if they went and picked mint leaves from, right outside their
10
house.
feet
and
away.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I actually had a mint julep. A poorly made mint julep, though.
I feel like most
so
mint
bad.
juleps are.
Well, yeah, that's fair. It was so bad. They gave me... It still cracks me up. First off, it was just bourbon and water. And I was like, okay, that they muddled the mint leaves.
Yeah.
But then they gave me a whole spray, like a whole stalk of mint.
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
just laziness.
Yeah, and I was like, this is terrible.
I think I'd rather just somebody pour some of the Old Forester mint julep pre-made and do
Or the
I
Maker's
would
Mark,
much
yeah.
rather.
Or the Maker's Mark,
Yeah.
than that.
I took the mint, like, tree that they gave me. And-
mint limb.
Yeah, the limb. And there was a busser coming, like going
Right.
and like taking plates away, and I went, just like, to the she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, thanks. I just couldn't handle that.
That is so...
It was very
You didn't
funny.
keep like any of the leaves or anything? You just got totally rid of the...
Oh, I got rid of it, the whole thing.
That's hilarious to me.
Because it wasn't a mint julep anyway.
Well, sure.
And
That's
adding the
fair.
mint leaf would not have done anything for
Yeah.
me.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall just to watch that.
I would have lost my
I hope the
mind.
bartender didn't see me, but then again, maybe I do hope she did.
She has to learn.
Yeah.
There's no other way that they can learn other than by failure, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
And that was their, of course, their special drink menu.
Sad. Anyway, yeah, I had a really good Derby Day. It was a lot of fun recording at the Burley Market and Cafe with my father-in-law Brett and with our good buddy Josh, and then Noel Rydell, who is the founder and the proprietor over there. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Drank a whole lot of bourbon. Cracked open the Kentucky Owl Confiscated.
Oh, yeah.
Which is sitting right up there.
Look at it up there, just hanging out.
Sitting right up there. All nice and
Just
it's
on a
in
perch.
its little perch. That's where I was going with that too. But let's get into the episode, shall we? Well, we have our first segment, which is Flying Blind, where I blind our co-hosts or guests or whomever that are on the show with something they don't know what it is, and in this case, it's the co-host. I'm really excited that you guys are getting to try this one because I love this bourbon.
He loves it.
I do. I do.
I'm kind of just... I'm confused. Like,
Interesting. How so?
it's good. It's very caramel heavy.
Uh-huh.
It's got the oak, but it's not like standing out as a specific profile to me.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like a little bit of an earthy or floral note to it as well. That's kind of tucked away in the back there behind some of the sweeter notes, some of the oak as well.
And it could just be because I've not had anything yet, but the ethanol's pretty present.
See, I'm not really picking up on the ethanol.
See, I wasn't picking up
Yeah.
ethanol either. But we've talked about this multiple times that I don't smell ethanol. I mean, I'm thinking like 90 proof.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Oh, that's good though. That's real good.
Not 90 proof. Just had to taste it first.
It's not
It's definitely not.
No, it's definitely not. But there's a note on there. I don't know what it is. It's like right in the middle of the palate. Because you definitely get like the oak and caramel from the nose, but I don't know. Maybe it's the earthiness you were talking about.
It's ginger.
Yes.
It's a ginger note. Why on earth I can pick that out?
Yeah.
I've never picked out ginger before
But you're right.
on a bourbon.
It's like
But
dry.
that's what it
It's
is.
like dry ginger.
Uh-huh.
Not like that weird cleanser palate, sushi ginger.
Weird. And I mean, I've had this a few times, and I've never picked it up before. But this has so much depth to it, honestly. And I mean, I of course haven't revealed what it is yet, but for the price and the proof and everything, I think that it's just so well rounded, and I'm really looking forward to buying another bottle.
Yeah.
The second sip that I took, or the third, I'm starting out great here with the memorization. The finish is good. You kind of got that nice like oaky finish to it.
Uh-huh.
Kind of has like that drip finish too.
Yeah.
Like a molasses kind of feel.
It's kind of giving me almost like I don't know how to explain it. More of like almost a wild turkey vibe where it kind of leaves you with that almost honeyed oak finish.
Yep.
So I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny that you say wild turkey because it is WB Saffel, which is part of the Wild Turkey Whiskey Baron collection, and they actually use turkey juice.
And when this release?
This year.
Really?
Yeah, just a couple months ago. You know, it is still $50 for a 375, but it is 107 proof. Not sure what the age is on it, but man, I tell you, this is easily the best release from the Whiskey Baron collection.
Absolutely.
Because the Bond and Lillard, I wasn't a huge fan of.
Nah.
Yeah, and the Old Rippy is it's not my favorite.
It's a rip.
Yeah,
Like
nice.
R.I.P. Like dead.
I mean, I wasn't upset that it went away quickly. Let's just put it that way.
I think the second batch came out though, right?
No,
Not
it
the
hasn't.
Rippy of the
Bond and Lillard.
Bond and
And the
Lillard.
second batch of Bond and Lillard, no
Same?
good.
Really?
No good, man.
You
First-
think they'd be like, let's improve.
Yeah. Well, there's something about, and I can't remember exactly what it is, that Eddie Russell is not involved with the production of these products. So it's something like their tasting panel or something. But I think that WB Saffel was the first product from the Whiskey Baron collection that Eddie was actually involved in. So yeah, I think it's bound to be,
Naturally, it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. But I think this is a great pour. Again, the best from the Whiskey Baron collection so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a little pricey at $50 a bottle for a 375, but
They should have started with this though.
I think so too.
Because I remember getting the Old Rippy and the Bond and Lillard and just trying it from other people that had paid the money, and I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't spend money on this.
Yeah.
If I were to get it, I'd be a little more hopeful for this stuff coming out because it is definitely a strong contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the first release, there was like kind of a bit of a hype, a little bit of like, oh, that's exciting, let's try it.
I really wish I had.
But then it kind of let down a little bit. This WB Saffel though,
Oh yeah. I
this
think
is where it's at.
I think it's phenomenal. Yeah. Well, that does it for Flying Blind. Before we get to the main part of the episode, I gotta ask you guys, what have you been drinking recently?
I've been drinking stuff, Perry.
What?
Wait a
I've
second.
been drinking stuff.
Swan.
Prepare yourself.
I'm kind of upset.
I'm definitely not.
You have a standard to live up to.
Yeah, I had some Bookers last night.
Oh.
2017-3.
Mm-hmm.
Still one of my favorite batches.
Yeah, that's Simple While, right? Or no, that's Front Porch
04.
Batch.
This one's Front Porch Batch.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, it's such a good pour.
it's just great. There's so much depth to it. The finish is not as good as the 2018-04, but it's getting there. What else have I had? I finished off the bottle of Eagle Raider. I've had some Raider Breed. I had some more of the
Too
Raider
close
Breed.
though.
And cool thing is, I actually split some of the Rare Breed with my brother. He went to the Wild Turkey Distillery because of it, and today got a bottle signed by Jimmy.
Dude.
Very cool.
So,
Rare Breed.
our buddy John Edwards from Dad's Drinking Bourbon was there today as well, so he had to have been there about the same time, which is crazy. John got, I think, a bottle signed by him as well while he was there. So
He's always there.
Yeah, but pro tip, if you go to Wild Turkey, you go to the distillery before about noon most days, Jimmy's there. He typically is there. There's only been a couple of times where I've been there at that time. He's not been around.
Or after church on Sunday.
After church on Sunday.
Yeah, he's there every single time.
You saw him on Mother's Day weekend, right? Or was
Yeah.
it Father's Day weekend?
It was Mother's Day weekend.
Okay.
So that is pretty comical.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. out
Yes,
there.
for
It's,
sure.
I know that when this episode comes out, it'll actually have been past that, but this episode goes out to all the mothers.
yes.
Anyway, Curtis, what have you been drinking?
Henry McKenna. And what else have I been having? Oh, I had an Old Granddad 114.
Oh man.
So I've been having that.
I've been like craving that recently.
Oh, it's solid, man. Come on over.
Good.
We'll have some.
Okay, great. Yeah, I haven't been over to your
good.
place in a while.
Yeah.
Did you move?
No, same place.
I thought you moved for some reason.
I will be.
I moved.
Okay. Yeah, you moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it all mixed up.
You had the milk crates.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
This is quality conversation for this bourbon podcast.
Yeah, everyone's like, okay, whatever. Moving on.
Moving your bourbon collection is a serious ordeal.
Oh, it's the worst.
It is a serious ordeal. But you get the dust off all your bottles and put it up nicely. It is good to have it all together. Oh, I'm so jealous of your cabinet.
Hence the beautiful cabinet.
Yeah.
So this past Sunday, I had the opportunity to hang out with Rarebird 101, Dave Jennings, because he was in town for a Russell's pick on Monday, and he also did a little meetup. So, of course, everybody brought a whole bunch of turkey bottles to share around. So we had like cheesy gold foil, we had 93 split label, we had the first batch of rare breed which was phenomenal. It was like 108 proof.
Wow. When was the first year that came out?
You know what? I said it was the first year, but I may be wrong. I think I am wrong. This is actually the bottle that we had was from 2001.
Okay.
And it was like a 108 proof. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. But somebody had brought the Sherry Signature, which is what Revival was based off of, which was pretty daggone good. I mean, not like amazing or anything, but it was really interesting. But the highlight for me was an export 1993 8-year Wild Turkey 101.
Wow.
All right.
I was so happy about that. It held me over until my birthday this year when I get to open up that 86.8 proof. But daggone, it was a game changer.
Just awesome.
I mean, really.
Is that gonna be your birthday bourbon? Then ready to just take some more out of it?
Probably.
It's probably better than Old Forester, so.
Yeah. Look, yeah, and I'm not going to get into it too much, but there are a couple of Old Forester birthday bourbons that are pretty good. But, like, I mean, I would rather have something that is more, like, memorable or special to me, you know, based on the year that I was born, than just a generic birthday bourbon bottle.
Yeah. That comes out every year.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, as excited as I am for that, it really did kind of tide me over until August. So, yeah. Talk about something off air here in a second, too. Well, I mean, after we...
Yeah.
But, anyway. Yeah, so that's really what I've been drinking. Everything else has been kind of standard. I haven't really had too much super special, other than, you know, what we had at Derby Day, which you can hear about, of course, in last week's episode. So, yeah, that's what I've been drinking. You guys ready to drink some bourbon, though?
Absolutely.
Let's play a game called Drink the Bourbon.
I play that
We
game
do
a
it
lot.
every episode.
So, originally what this was going to be is we were going to do a blind flight, and I realized that I didn't have the quote-unquote necessary tools to make that happen. So, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to blind Curtis and Swan on a few different Russell's picks. And they don't necessarily know, you won't know anything about them. You won't know where they're from, or, you know, where they've, well, hold on. You won't know where they're from, you won't know where I purchased them from either. So it's all going to be kind of, it'll be interesting for me to see what you guys think about each of these.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting because it's going to be really just picking out different notes and seeing the different profiles of probably all of them.
Yeah.
And the similarities between the two, rather than, you know, obviously being like, oh, I thought I liked such and such better than I thought I liked this.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Well, gentlemen, would you like to pass me your first glass?
Yeah, and I think the thing I'm excited about learning is just knowing that there is a difference between Warehouse K, Camp Nelson, and some of the other warehouses.
Yeah.
Because there's people, Perry included, that they'll tell you, hey, I prefer Camp Nelson pigs, or I prefer Warehouse K and different warehouses and stuff, and I just don't have that kind of perspective on Russells.
Warehouse K is one of my favorite warehouses, by the way.
Yeah, so I'm just, and I know that it's got to be this way with Russells just because of the way that people talk about it, that there is distinctly different profiles between each warehouse that should people look for.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, I'm excited for this. We haven't done like I know that we haven't done like a real blind flight episode in a long time, but I like this semi-blind aspect of it for you guys.
Smells just like Russells, man.
Getting them baked goods,
You know,
kind of a cherry pie.
cherry pie I think is exactly what that nose is.
What do you think the standard nose is on just the regular single barrel offering? Because I mean, obviously the single barrel and even the regular offering is going to differ, but what kind of notes do you directly pinpoint to that so I can tell this is different?
So what I kind of think about is Turkey 101 for me is my benchmark for what Wild Turkey products are.
Yeah.
So you take some of that oakiness, you take some of like there's always kind of like an almond note that I get in there as well, almond buttery note that I get to, of course the standards, caramel, vanilla, all that stuff. But with Russells, I also pick up kind of a cherry cordial flavor as well.
I can see that just based on this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always thought, at least from my limited experience, which I've told you is pretty much I've had like 3 of these.
Yeah.
It just seems like it always leans towards like the darker, like brown sugary stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
That some of the regular Wild Turkey, like 101 and the regular breed, don't quite get into.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just them saying we need 2 distinct profiles, and we're gonna lean the Wild Turkey more towards this like almond buttery, and then this more towards the sugar note.
Right.
But I was just curious to see what you got off the original, like regular release that you put out.
So to that point too, I'm getting like almost like a dusty note off of this that I don't normally get from Russells, or just from the standard single.
I think I get that as well.
Yeah.
It's just it's not a lot, but it's right there. Just a little bit of that funk that we always kind of talk about. I agree with Swan on Russells. For me, always has that more of that darker note. Stays on that darker side of the wheel of flavors and profiles.
You good, Swan?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good deal. Just wanted to make sure we didn't have anything bad in the chat, as Chad and Sarah did on Sunday. That was a nightmare, everybody over on YouTube right now.
No, Adam Terry just joined.
Oh, hi, Adam Terry. Congratulations on your baby.
That man had a kid.
He did.
Good on
Whoa.
you.
Nice job.
Well, his wife had a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to the both of you.
This is really good.
This is very good.
I haven't even tasted it, but the nose is phenomenal.
I do love the nose. Yeah.
So I typically stay away from the Russells just because the first one that I had was a single barrel regular offering, and I didn't like it. This is kind of changing my perspective a little bit.
I think that's kind of what, not that there's necessarily an end goal with this, but I if I'm not encouraging you guys, meaning you and Swan and Curtis, but maybe the listeners as well, to explore store picks, and maybe in particular Russell's picks as well, because they're so vastly different. And based on the 3, maybe 4 that I selected for you guys to try, they're all so unique, and they have such different things going on between
What's the proof point on these?
110.
I gotta say, I think the only thing I would knock on this, other than it just being so rich and full of flavor, and honestly kind of having more oak forward stance than some of the other stuff, is the rare breed at 116 doesn't seem to have as much heat as this does.
I'd agree with that. This seems like it's pretty hot. I will say the finish on it is exactly what I want. I think it's more on the palate that I'm going, it's just a little too hot. With that being said, the palate on this is so oak forward.
Yeah.
Just really good chocolate.
Yeah. It's funny too because I am actually picking up a little bit of that ginger note that I was finding on the WB Saffel as well. It's not super prevalent, but it's just kind of hanging around, kind of playing along with some of the other notes that are there too. But it's good stuff. It really is good stuff.
This is very good. I'm excited for the second one to see how it differs.
Oh yeah, I think you should be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to a little bit of mine
Me
as we
too.
move forward, if that's okay.
Yeah, I think let's all do it.
Yeah, as the audience is aware, Perry poured this, and that typically
I'm sorry.
means you got a little extra in there. But it's okay.
You got a little bit of extra bourbon there, champ.
Absolutely. We'll
It's
get
a-
back to that.
It's a Perry Scotch.
After we're done completely, we should all just like mix all three, see what happens.
Oh heck yeah, absolutely. You start.
This one, I'll let everybody knows it
Oh, I
first.
haven't poured mine yet.
This one's wildly different.
Yeah, I think it's a lot. It's a lot more. It's milder. It's a milder of a nose. A little
Yeah.
lighter.
Like the last
More
one, I
floral.
was like, too much ethanol, it's a little bit heat, but it's so good. And this one, I'm like, this one's dangerous, man. This is like 100 proof territory.
This is classic bourbon nose
Yes.
for me. I mean, just straight up like it's bourbon.
Yeah. Caramel baked good.
Yep.
Like a little bit of floral.
Definitely the oak is present. Not picking up so much on the proof, but
Just
you know, I can tell that it's a little bit higher just because of the full bodiness of it on the nose there. But
overall well-rounded.
yeah, for sure.
It's just so much lighter than the other one. I can't get over that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when you say lighter though, I don't think that it's lighter in like it is thin. I think that it's just not as deep necessarily. Does that make sense?
I can get behind that.
It's not.
Kind of like what I was mentioning, where you get more of the brown sugary aspect a little bit
Uh-huh.
on regular, Turkey 101 and Rare Breed. This leans more towards that, other than what I consider like the standard Russell's, kind of grip it has on you a little bit.
For lack of a better phrase, I think that this one smells a little bit more fresh. Like it doesn't have the dustier note that I was picking up on with the first pour.
Yeah.
At least on the nose. I haven't done this side by side with, the one that I poured beforehand.
But I think that's a good distinction to put is the difference between like a lighter nose and a thin nose.
Mm-hmm.
A lighter nose is just meaning that it's wider, it's fresher, it's kind of airier, for lack of a better term. Whereas thin means I'm only picking up.
There's not a lot to it.
There's not a lot to it.
Yeah, this is definitely not thin by any.
No,
stretch.
it's a lot spicier on the palate.
Yeah, but not like it's almost like a Booker's kind of spicy.
Uh-huh.
It's not like the heat of it's getting to you, the proof point's getting to you. This is like almost like a heavy spice.
That's what I'm getting as well. Is it's not overpowering. Sometimes with like a Booker's or something with a high heat, I personally get like overwhelmed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so on this, it's just like an even spice, like a curry kind of.
Yeah,
kind of
I see
spice.
that. I see that. Time out real quick. Swan, can everybody hear us okay?
Yeah, they're just noticing there's a delay because we don't usually type as we go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
about it.
Fair enough. Sorry, guys.
Apparently it's about 30 seconds. Adam Terry's got the stopwatch going. He's
Jeez.
like, 30 seconds, guys. I got it.
That's a new record.
So comparatively, what do you think to the first one we tried to the second one?
I think I like the first one just a little bit better.
The dusty note.
Yeah, I think that might be what it is that it has that kind of dusty turkey-ish note to it that, I mean, you guys know I'm a fan of that. And like, while this one is incredibly solid, and I would drink this 9 times out of 10, I think that 10th time, for me in this case, is the first pick, the first pour that we had.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I like the second
Really?
one. Yeah.
Curtis?
For me,
Is this mutiny?
Perry, it's the second. So I honestly am gonna be split between the middle, and it's a difference between if I want something. I feel like this one I could drink every day and be like an everyday kind of sipper.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I mean, it's not as mild as what an everyday kind of sipper usually is, but this one just has a little more of a lighter airiness that I enjoy.
Sure.
Compared to the funk or the darkness of the other one.
I think that's where I'm coming from too. I feel like I could have this daily, and with the one we had first, I would want to pour that and literally take the time to pick that one apart. This one I feel like I could drink, and I could pick it apart if I wanted to, but at the same time I could also just have it and not really think about what I'm having.
So what point are you coming from when you're deciding what you want, or what you prefer from these? Are you deciding based on daily drinkers or regular drinkers, or are you deciding on what you overall enjoy more?
I think I'm going from the daily drinker standpoint, and that's simply because people do different things when they drink bourbon. Like for me,
Sure.
It's usually video games, TV, music, something like that. But if I'm sitting at home and I'm with 2 or 3 people that are interested in conversing about the bourbon we're having, I'm gonna go with the first one. If I'm doing my own thing and I'm playing Overwatch and watching UK play basketball or something, I'm probably gonna go with the second.
Nerd.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
I'm just kidding. I have no room to talk.
It's kind of spot on what he kind of
Yeah.
said. Is just if I'm sitting with someone that I really want to enjoy bourbon with and really talk about it, and that I know they would enjoy talking about it and kind of picking things apart and really getting to the nitty gritty, I'd be like, for sure. But with the other one, I'm gonna sit and watch TV and not have to think about it.
I think that's fair. For me, I'm just going solely on what do I like better.
What do you prefer?
That's really where I'm coming from. So I totally get it. I understand what you guys are saying. It's just, in my own personal opinion, I would. I know it's the internet. I'm gonna get torn apart for it regardless. I just like the first one better.
No, in this setting, first one, it's got that dusty funk. It's got the kind of the extra brown sugariness. It's definitely, in my opinion, a more solid bourbon. Especially the proof point, because I do like the kick. I'm a fan of the Jim Beam kind of kick you get. So having it on Russell's pick is great.
Perry poured for myself.
Shucks.
What a shame.
It's alright, champ. You got it.
Oh, I'm saving a little extra. Pour me some bourbon, Patty.
What accent was that?
My own.
Oh,
That's
I don't
special.
like it.
I'll never do it again.
I don't know what it was, but I hate it.
As you just made your own accent.
Do we have any mint trees I could put in this?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe go to the restaurant I was at the other night. It's fun. This one gets like.
Swan approves of the nose on this one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This would be great with a big, fat, juicy steak.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It pairs so well with the notes you get from it.
It's just so savory.
It absolutely
It's
is.
like savory, a little bit nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Just a hair nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The caramel's taking a back seat in this one.
I think so too. I think the oak and the darker notes are really starting to pull forward. And if I dig a little bit deeper, I can find some like like berries, like dark berries, like blueberry specifically is what I'm finding.
I'm getting the blackberry, but
Okay, sure.
Same thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I could see that as well.
Do you know that that smell when you walk into somebody's house and you can tell they just cooked a giant breakfast?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. It's the residual grease of
it's like you
some
walked into
sausage.
Denny's and you're like,
Yeah.
Poorly made steaks were made here.
You know the best way to make a steak? If you're making it in your house, you don't have a grill, the reverse sear.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because I was
So
talking
you-
about Swanson nights.
Yes. So what you? I think I just said yes. Like unironically, I didn't mean to. So what you do is you cook it in the oven for a little bit, and then you sear it in a skillet. Do you like this one a lot?
this one's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just so silky smooth, man. The savoriness. It's just.
See, the palate introduces a sweetness that the nose didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to pick up a little bit of the sugary notes, as well as oh man, but the longer it goes on, there's more caramel on that too. I just say caramel. I never say caramel. I say caramel. Apparently, I say caramel now. There was that caramel note on there, too, that I love on bourbon.
Yeah.
But I really wasn't picking up any of the sweet notes on the nose that the palate really is presenting.
I think it kind of bookends it a little bit for me.
I do too.
On the front, on the nose, you get the oak, the savoriness, all those kind of savory notes that you're expecting. Then on the palate, you get the sweetness, the caramel, the baked goods, and then as it finishes, it's like, here's the oak again. Let me introduce that.
I just think it's really strange that the first one, it hits you up front and stays consistent.
Yeah.
The second one, it's real smooth up
It
front,
rolls.
and then it gets spicier.
Yeah.
And then this one, it's just right in the front, kind of dissipates a little bit, and then gives you kind of a soft finish, but it's a good finish.
This one's the most roller coaster-y
Yes.
out of them all.
Because you feel like the finish is done, and it's like, oh wait, there's more.
Not quite.
And I think it's that savory note that I'm really kind of latching onto more than anything. Where I'm going, man,
Give me a big steak.
this is good. Give me a steak and a milk, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I got a swan shrug out of that one.
Oh, man. I miss Always Sunny.
A friend of mine, we would always go to like IHOP in the morning
Yeah.
after like a night out or something, and he'd always get he'd always say this, "Give me the big stank omelet." Crack me up every time.
What's in the big steak omelet?
The big stank omelet has.
Okay, excuse me, the big steak omelet.
Yeah, that's how he says it. Get it right. It has like.
I'm being attacked on my own podcast.
Yeah, please. If you would get it right. It had steak, peppers, mushrooms, and eggs, so.
Yeah.
And salsa. It had salsa with it, too.
Okay. I'm gonna pass on that.
It was pretty solid.
On the big
but-
stank omelet. I'm gonna pass.
I'm gonna pass on that.
I'm a hard pass, my friend.
So not that hard of a pass, yeah.
As much as I love this one,
You're going back to the first.
no, I want to go back through and I want to make sure side by side that this is what I want to go with, because I feel like there might be something in the first one for me that I'm like, I really need to.
But I know
revisit
why.
it.
I think we know why. Look at your entire liquor cabinet. Most of it is like pre-fire, dusty. Like
That is not true.
Well, I'm okay.
All the special stuff's moved to the front, though.
Yeah.
We know your game.
Yeah, we know your game. Watch it.
I'm nothing if not a show off.
Yeah.
So that, I guess
That's
that
not true either.
that's basically what I'm saying though,
Yeah.
is that your palate's very attuned to the dusty note.
And I think that's
But
probably the only
I
thing
do-
that everyone's missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dusty note.
Yeah.
So I just went back to the first one. After having the third one, first one tastes a little bit thin to me. Not like I'm going, oh man, I don't know about that, but
comparatively.
Comparatively, yeah, I think that it just has a little bit of a thinness to it.
I think the taste might have a bit of a thinness, but I just did just noses across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think the first one has the best nose.
I could see that. I think so too, actually. I think that it has the most complexity to it, at the very least. Oh, for sure. For sure the first one has the best nose on it. I think that the last one presents a darker note, kind of a dark chocolate note that the first one doesn't have. But I think in terms of being complete, I think the first one definitely has a better nose to it.
First one has a better nose. Third one has a better palate.
Mm-hmm.
Second one's in between.
I think the third one has the most well-rounded experience out of everything. Really and truly, I do.
I haven't even tried the second one again, but yeah, the second one's just, there's something missing. It's too thin comparatively to the other two.
But I don't think it's bad.
No.
I really don't think it's bad. I think that just stacked up against everything else, it's not as good.
I think what the second one's missing for me, it's the oak and the barrel influence.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. It's just more standard bourbon. And again, that's not bad. That's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I taste it and I'm like, bourbon.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. It's just, that's what it is.
I think that's why it's perfect. Kind of how we put it before on saying, this is something that like I don't have to think about. I know it's bourbon. I don't need to pick it apart.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I still stand by on if I'm gonna drink something every day, I'm drinking the second one.
Yeah, I see that. I totally see that.
I'm experimenting over here.
I see that. You're being very methodical and scientific in your little.
Not really. I like the nose on the first one, and I like the palate on the third one.
Oh.
See what happens.
The second one, I don't feel like it's going to really, add into this blend too much. So I'm just trying those two put together.
So yeah, okay.
So you combine 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try combining all 3.
I will do that after I make my decision.
I've made my decision, so I moved on to the experimenting. There's no beakers involved, but it's still cool.
Sorry, Joseph Brazo.
Let's see if this is any good.
Do you hear that? It's like an electronic buzzing. Doesn't matter. Right there.
I think that's just bugs outside.
No, it's not.
That's an electronic buzz. I mean, it's fine. It's not going to show up because our voices are going to be loud enough. But like in the interim, I'm like, what's going on? I think it might be your phone because it's open. You can keep it. No. It's fine.
Oh, I bet you that.
It
so,
just says like
like sometimes when you're laying in bed and you have it connected to a charger or something, you can hear the phone going.
It's probably because that outlet, or you're not using a grounded outlet. That's exactly what that is. Yep.
We'll get rid of that.
I mean, it's totally fine. You can charge your phone all you want.
Oh, no, that's good. I just don't want it to die.
No,
it
it's
got
still
worse.
here. Yeah.
Plug your phone back in. It's fine.
All right, guys.
And
Let's all hold hands. If you are with us right now, please let us know.
This house
This
is clean.
Take it all off.
Swan, keep your pants on.
Yeah.
Nah.
I know this is some pretty good Russells, but keep your pants on.
It's definitely exciting.
I think it's honestly your phone getting the notifications that it's getting.
That's true.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, we're
content
good.
for
We're
you
good.
two.
Let's go.
Sorry. Let's
Let's
move
move
on.
on.
What are you guys? It's Q&A now. What's up? You should definitely try this though, cause it's pretty good.
Can I try from your glass?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know if I like it better than one of them individually.
I definitely don't.
You
It
know?
cancels out everything that I like about both of them. And
Really?
it becomes, yeah.
Well, let's add the middle one. Why not? Yeah. I mean, just go nuts with it.
Swan, maybe plug your phone back in, because it's definitely gotten worse since you did that.
Well, it's too late to go back now, Pig. It's fine. We'll just get rid of this.
Oh, no.
You don't like all three of them together?
No.
Huh.
Not at all.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It gave it a bad funk.
That makes me not want to combine all three
Just
of them.
here, I'll let you nose it.
It's like stale candy.
Yeah, like it's not off-putting. I haven't tried it yet.
No. Don't like all three of them together.
No.
Don't like them
It's
all
like
three together.
They didn't mesh together.
It tastes sour.
Yeah.
It tastes like
Yeah,
sour
I'm
milk.
not a... Can I like take these back out?
Yeah, exactly.
So just to like recap though, we've kind of mixed these and tried to make our perfect blend between the three. And
Yeah.
So far it's not gone well. But do you like the Russell's 10-year?
The 10-year 90 proof?
Yeah.
No. I do not.
I think there's something to be said about the Russell's single barrels because they're picking things in barrels
Yeah.
specifically on what you want. And then when you mix them together, which I'm assuming that's what they're doing with the Russell's 10-year because it's not a single barrel.
No, it's a small batch.
Yeah, maybe it's just not as good. Maybe it really shines in the single barrel.
Yeah, I think
category.
so too.
Because this, at least with this one I just made, with just the two, I'm going to try all three here in a second, it kind of gave me that Russell's 10 vibe a little bit.
What's interesting to me though is that we're talking about a company that takes multiple barrels, combines them into products like 101 or Rare Breed or even the 81 proof. And those are consistent and consistently good. But what we're kind of alluding to here is that the 90 proof 10-year small batch, made by the same company, blended by basically the same people, isn't as good as a single barrel is? Like, why is there that weird contingency or the weird contrast between how these barrels mingle and the way that they stand on their own? That's something that I don't have an answer for.
Yeah.
And I can't honestly wrap my head around.
No,
either.
I guess the only thing I can come up with is that's a testament to them specifically taking this barrel would be good with this barrel.
Yeah.
And not be like what we're doing and being like,
Just throw it all together.
let's throw it all together, see what happens. You know, I think that's probably a testament
I
to
think that's fair.
the trying of each barrel and being like, okay, this profile would go well with this and mix well.
I mean, just to throw into another distillery, I mean, Kentucky House, the stuff he does is magical because he's taking specifically what he wants and blending it to make a defined product. If he were just to take every barrel he receives and mix it into one batch and say, this is batch whatever,
Yep.
send it out,
Yep.
we'd be here, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily the best option.
Yeah.
And this, my friends, is why we're not master distillers.
Or master blenders, or
Yeah.
tasters, or...
Yeah, I mean, it really gives you kind of a new appreciation for people that are master tasters, or even sourcing in general.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
there's so many people that are putting out good source products. I mean, look at Michter's 10. I love that bourbon.
Yeah.
It's not their own product. Somebody's going out and specifically taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that and saying, this is what I want. Well, actually, no, it's single barrels. They're finding specific things they want out of single barrels, just like we are right now. But I mean, that's just seriously impressive to me.
Yeah, for sure. Are you guys ready to make a formal decision on what you prefer out of these 3 bourbons?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I am too.
the third.
Third. Yeah.
What about your second pick?
First.
First as well?
First.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
second is last, which is, again, it's not, for me, out of like what I like or don't like, is just out of the selection that was provided, or that I provided. I think that 3 is easily the best out of them. I think it's the most complex and could really be something special to share with other people.
Mm.
I mean, really, really and truly, I think it's very special.
You know what I love about this is we didn't do this, but like, how much are these?
About $60 a piece.
Yeah. So if I went in and I bought a $60 bourbon, Kurt bought a $60 bourbon, Perry bought a $60 bourbon, would you pay $60 to go to a warehouse and then pull out, 3 different barrels and taste test them and figure out what you like? I mean, you get that experience at home. That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause these are not necessarily cask strength. They've got some water added to them, obviously, but just knowing that you've got the opportunity to go to Wild Turkey, pick 3 barrels, take them home, figure out what you like between them, and see the difference in profile. It's insane.
So, to that point, though, Turkey is kind of an anomaly when it comes to barrel proof bourbons. Their barrel proof is really pretty low
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the barrel. I mean, I've had barrel proof turkeys that are like 113, 112. So when you're talking about these Russell single barrels, depending on the age and what it's actually bottled at, of course, which is 110, there's probably a small amount of water that gets added to it. So what you're getting in this case is really pretty close to the actual cask strength.
Yeah.
Which I think is really unique and really pretty cool for this distillery in particular. But
It's definitely impressive, and I think that if you were wanting that kind of single barrel, try a couple different experience to see what the difference is between distilleries. If I had to put this between Henry McKenna and Knob Creek single barrel and these, this has got the most variance by far.
Oh,
Between-
yeah.
which is just nuts because generally I always thought Henry McKenna was just wildly different, and honestly Knob Creek I don't feel like has much variance in comparison to this. Which, is not bad because I've yet to have a Knob Creek pick where I'm like, I'm definitely not a fan of this. Like, they are all very good, but these I feel like could be a little more hit or miss for people, which is not always a bad thing because you kind of get to experiment a little.
Yeah, I feel like there's more of a consistent profile is with the Knob Creek or the Henry McKenna 10-year. I think that's a little bit of it, is that with those two, you're like, oh, this is what it's going to taste like, with a little variance. With Russell's, you go, it's kind of a mixed bag. Like, maybe we'll get some, it'll all be good, but it'll be a variance in the
well,
ones we have.
the cool thing too about Russell's picks is that.
What was that exchange?
Oh, yeah. By the way, sorry, off mic. So, I just mixed my 3 pours that I had left, and I smelled it, and I was like, this is really kind of good. Even though you and Swan were both going, I'm not entirely sure about this. And so I wanted to smell Swan's next to mine. Mine is wildly different from both of the blends that you all made.
And much better.
I wasn't going to say it, but
much better.
But it was just an offshoot, little chance.
I guess maybe, it's just, it had like 3 seconds to sit. And
Fair enough.
I think it's probably that. Like, maybe you poured the third one in the last, and that's just.
It's possible. It's totally possible. Anyway, I like my blend just a hair.
I agree.
But yeah. So, do you guys want to know what each of these picks are then?
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So we'll go 3 to 1 then.
Since we all agree.
Yeah. So the third or number 2 in our flight was a pick from Whiskey Bear out at the summit. And as I was saying before, I really like Warehouse K.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Rickhouse K.
No way.
I mean, tried and true. And like again, I think that it is totally solid. I think that it's a really great barrel. It's just out of the 3, I just prefer the other 2.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't dislike any of these, or at least I didn't.
Oh, I definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Not by any means.
They're all good.
Whiskey Bear also picked this in conjunction with the Lexington Bourbon Society. So, yeah. As you can see, I've loved on it a little bit.
Just a tad, man.
I've got what, like 4 or 5 ounces left in there, maybe?
Maybe.
If I'm lucky.
At least one Perry pour. Maybe a couple scotches.
Which is just a regular pour,
Yeah.
according to Jason. The number 2 in our list, or number 1, based on what we poured, is from Wine and Market over on Jefferson Avenue here in Lexington. This is a Camp Nelson pick. So it's off-site for Wild Turkey. And, I mean, I've said repeatedly, I'm between Camp Nelson picks and Warehouse K picks. So it was perfectly in line for me to have said that the Camp Nelson was just a little bit better than the Rickhouse K. But again, I think that's a fantastic pick. It came in at like $60. I probably will go back in the next couple of days and pick up another bottle. Excuse me.
What's our winner pair?
And can you pick up a bottle of the Whiskey Bear? I don't know if did they.
I don't know if you can right now.
Yeah.
I think they might have sold out.
Okay.
But the
Well,
wine,
that's just what I was
the
meaning.
Wine and Market, I think they still have some. Now this one though, I don't think there's any left of it.
Okay.
But if there is, I'm going to get me another bottle like tomorrow. This was me throwing a dart blindly and going, I may as well pick up this bottle. This is from Unlimited Spirit on Southland Drive in
Okay.
Lexington. Kind of a hole in the wall place, but they have great barrel picks. They always have. And again, it's a Camp Nelson.
So Camp Nelson.
I have said many times, well, since I've had this, and again, I've loved on it quite a bit, this might be my favorite Russell's pick of all time. Really
good.
and truly.
I would
It's
say
very
that
good.
last little bit for the occasion.
I'm gonna hold on to it, and if I don't, I'm gonna run back over there and get another bottle if they have some. But man, I tell you, from the moment that I cracked this one open, I knew it was special. I really did know it was special.
I was really hoping these would all be from 3 different warehouses so I could say, oh, I have Camp Nelson's my jam, you know?
Yeah.
Like anytime I see one, I'm going to try to pick it up because I know that's going to be a good pick.
Yeah,
To know that 2 of them are from the same one
and so different.
and so different
Yeah.
because it's you know, one's so heavy on the brown sugar and one's very savory.
Well, I do have a 4th if you guys want to try it. I think you might have had this before, Swan.
Where's it from?
It's the Hops to Go Warehouse Delicious.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. That one's good. I think you should.
So you have it delivered?
Definitely try it.
No, I did not have it delivered.
Oh, okay.
I got lucky with this bottle. But anyway, this was fun. I like doing
Very
this kind of stuff. We're gonna have to do something like this again in the future.
We should have a true blind
Oh, we will.
flight fight.
We will.
At some
We got a
point.
bunch of lazy Susans, like I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cool. I really enjoyed this little thing. So. All right, but that does kind of do it for the live stream though over on YouTube. Like I said, we're going to continue recording, but I just want to thank you all. I want to say thank you to you guys for tuning in tonight and having some fun with us. I think this has been really cool, really different. So, yeah.
I learned things. It was great.
It was awesome. But no, it was a really cool, kind of different experience than what we usually do, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's nice for some of the people who view on YouTube that like might just be picking it up or seeing it.
Yeah.
To see how like an episode is recorded.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, you guys are gonna have to tune in next week to see what we actually review. But I think you might be able to guess what it is.
Probably Russell's.
So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, like, share, comment, subscribe on the channel. Follow us on social media at My Bourbon Pod, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have questions, comments, use thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. Give the show a 5-star rating review on iTunes. It really does help other people find the show. Let's see what else. Bourbonshop.threadless.com. We have some really fun apparel and merch over there. If you're not a fan, or excuse me, if you're not a member of the group yet, over on Facebook, you can search This Is My Bourbon Group. And as long as you are a listener or a viewer of the show, we'd be happy to have you there. And then the last one is Patreon. So for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast, you can become a supporter of the show. And it really does help. We're always working forward towards the next goal. So, pretty please. That does it for this week's live stream, though. I'm Perry.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Swan.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast live stream. Who's gonna hit the stop button?
Is it me? I'm gonna.
I think
it's probably
I
Swan.
think it's gonna be Swan.
How do I do this? There's a big in stream button.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bye, y'all.